Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us today on this gloomy Wednesday. We are so glad you are here to help us with the launch of our 2022 NAMIWalks Your Way Maryland campaign. Before we get started, I wanted to note just a few housekeeping points. To avoid background noise, all participants will be muted for the duration of the launch. If you have any questions during the presentation, we will be addressing them at the end of the presentation. If you have any questions as the launch continues, please enter them into the questions box, which is located at the right-hand side of your screen if you're viewing from a computer, or at the bottom or top of your screen if you're viewing from a phone. If you have any comments or concerns during the presentation, please also enter these into the questions box. We will review and address any immediate needs as they occur. This presentation is being recorded and will be restreamed this evening from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages for anyone who could not attend live. A recording will also be sent and emailed to each registrant tomorrow. And now let me share my screen. All righty, and I will hand it off to our MC, Latanya.
Hello. Usually I'm playing music, but pretend there's music out there. The rain is actually our music for today, depending on where you are in the United States or Maryland. Welcome, everybody. We are so excited to launch our 20th year of NAMIWalks Maryland. The very first NAMIWalks there ever was happened right here in Howard County 20 years ago. Reaching this incredible milestone is significant, and we hope that you will join us in making this our most successful NAMIWalks yet. NAMIWalks is how we raise funds and awareness to improve the lives of Marylanders impacted by mental health conditions. Since its inception in 1979, NAMI's group of committed citizens have changed the world. Locally, our volunteers and donors have made it possible for us to provide support, education, and advocacy to members of our communities affected by mental illness. So I am Latanya Eggleston, and I just want to, you see Professor Coach Latanya Eggleston. What got me involved is my role as a professor at Anne Arundel Community College. You see me representing this shirt here. We have an awesome service learning program at our college, and I teach in the communications and business program. And some of my students were responsible for doing a call to action speech. And what I noticed a trend from all of the organizations, over 100 partners that we had, NAMI Maryland continued to be like one of the most popular topics that students wanted to present as they were learning their communication skills, defining a problem in our community and proposing a solution. So the more those topics surfaced in the classroom, the more I found myself engaged and volunteering and working with NAMI Maryland. Fast forward the last couple of years, my profession as a coach has allowed me to really partner with this organization and now be a part of the walk program. So it's a coaching connections walks. Actually, we do coaching connections with nature walks, which is another way to support your mental health. And because of those walks, I thought it made perfect sense to really support and do some of the same work with NAMIWalks Maryland. So I'm sure you have a story that brought you here today on this call. We're looking forward to hearing what your motivations are and how we can support you to get your own team started, because it's easier than you think. Speaking of which, your own team, before we get started, we have a poll for each of you, and we were curious to know, have you participated in NAMIWalks before? If yes, how? I will give everyone a couple of quick seconds to answer before we move on. Okay, another 10 seconds. And we are ready to go. Thank you so much for that participation. And we want to thank you for your responses. At NAMI Maryland, as some of you know, our vision is a world where all people affected by mental illness live healthy, fulfilling lives supported by a community that cares. Our mission is to provide advocacy, education, support, and public awareness so that all individuals and families affected by mental illness can build better lives. This walk allows us to do that. Why is this so important? Because mental health is the forefront of the conversation right now. As you see here, 1 in 3 adults report experiencing symptoms of anxiety and depression, and that 52% say that they've been more open with others about mental health since the pandemic began. New doors are opening, and we're embracing the topic of mental health now more than ever. So why participate in NAMIWalks Your Way Maryland? By participating, here's how you are supporting. You are assisting us to do these things here, promoting public awareness of mental health and reducing the stigma by reaching millions of people through your personal networks, raising funds for NAMI's free top-rated mental health programs. You support our mission of recovery-focused support, education, and advocacy for individuals and loved ones affected by mental health conditions. You also promote open discussion, letting people know that we're in this all together. Walks are the best way to make that happen. That open discussion being able to take place is so critical. NAMIWalks is a several months long campaign. Walk Day, whether you do this virtually or in person, is the celebration of months worth of fundraising and awareness building. Use your involvement in NAMIWalks to start the conversation about mental illness and breaking down that stigma. Now, before we get started with this year, let's do a quick recap of NAMI's impact on the community last year. Overall, we had 123 NAMIWalks Your Way events, and that raised more than $13 million in 2021. Although we had to pivot to those virtual walks in 2020 due to the pandemic, we still had tremendous success. So last year, our totally virtual NAMIWalks Your Way Maryland campaign reached, look at this number, over $290,000 with more than 900 active participants. This year, our campaign will be hybrid of virtual and in-person events. And with your help, we hope to build on the amazing success of the past 2 years. So we want to keep it going. The best part is 100% of these funds raised for NAMIWalks last year stayed local, supporting this mission of our mental health support, education, advocacy, and awareness. Thanks in part to the amazing success of our campaign last year, NAMI Maryland and our local affiliates were able to do these things. We successfully advocated to expand crisis service, promoting legislation on best practices in crisis de-escalation and diversion of people experiencing a psychiatric crisis to treatment and away from that criminal justice system. We trained 130 new NAMI program leaders to successfully deliver our NAMI peer programming to individuals and families throughout the state and supported the over 7,000 individuals who attended a peer-led program. We developed more than 30 free public webinars as a part of our ongoing series that attracted more than 550 attendees on average. And we launched COVID Connect with the Maryland Behavioral Health Administration, a free online platform for anyone who has been impacted by COVID-19, where we delivered COVID Connect webinar series and facilitated free peer-led support groups for COVID survivors. What I loved about that COVID Connect is really dear to my heart. All of this is is we actually have archives. So if you're feeling like, whoa, I missed out on those, it launched and the archives are still available to each of you to share. Now let's take a quick look at what we've got planned now for this year. If you participate in NAMIWalks this year, you will be a part of a national movement of 123 NAMIWalks campaigns in 45 states. We know the arts have a unique way to speak to the human condition. Through our work, we have found that art is an excellent catalyst to spark important conversations about the causes and stigmatizing myths surrounding mental health conditions. Thousands of creators throughout history have also used their art as fun, creative catalysts to share their personal lived experiences. That's why we're thrilled to bring back Creativity Connects to continue to explore and expand on the positive ways the arts impact mental health. For the past several years, we have united with NAMIWalks campaigns across the country for a National Day of Hope, a time where we can all come together to support mental health for all. This year's United Day of Hope is no exception, and we'll be celebrating with everyone on Saturday, May 21st, 2022, as the official NAMIWalks Day. In addition, we are excited to share that this year's NAMIWalk campaign will be hybrid of virtual and private in-person that launches actually today. So you are at an event that we have launched this huge national campaign, and it will include virtual opening ceremonies, art showcases on the United Day of Hope. So that's Saturday, May 21st, 2022. Go ahead and mark your calendars now. And in person, invite only VIP wrap up party on Saturday, July 9th this year. Other in-person events will be held locally with your very own NAMI affiliates. So be sure to keep an eye on your emails for an event near you. Whatever you decide to do on the National Day of Hope or throughout the campaign to spread mental health awareness, be sure to share photos on our social media. So you're looking at a slide now to tag us, hashtag together for MH and Creativity Connects. So those are our two hashtags. Please begin today, actually. We're gonna go ahead and get you started. Now we have a special guest, a NAMIWalks Your Way supporter who actually wants to share a story of hope and why she participates with NAMIWalks Your Way. Take it away, Stacy.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here today. Thank you, Lasagna, to share with you why NAMI Walks is important. I have a really long history with the NAMI Walks. I actually attended my first walk in 2007, where I actually helped to organize that walk, and it was in Howard County. So I worked at NAMI Metro Baltimore when Kate Farrenholt was the executive director. I came to NAMI not only for professional reasons, but also I'm a family member. And so NAMI, I took the family to family class, and the walk was just such a great celebration. I will never forget how I felt in 2007 after working with NAMI Maryland and Howard County to help plan the walk and to be able to see everyone come together and really celebrate because as we know, Walk Day is the celebration. Through the years, I continued to attend the walk. Even when I left NAMI Metro Baltimore, when I worked for the city of Baltimore, I continued to attend the walk. I only missed one walk, and that was unfortunately after my younger cousin, had suffered an overdose. And so I unfortunately had to miss the walk that year in 2015. But 2 years later, when my relative, my younger cousin's mom, lost her life to suicide, I did not miss the walk in 2017. I attended the walk that year. It was really important for me to come. And it was great. It was the same great feeling that I expected to get from the walk. I was able to gather with friends, family, many people I hadn't seen in years, and again be able to celebrate and embrace hope, even in the midst of a tragedy that my family has suffered. The walk works that way. It is a great way to have conversations. I can't tell you how many people I connected with. I'm just talking about the walk because everyone is used to supporting organizations through a walk. And so I can talk to my hairdresser and tell her, hey, I'm supporting this walk and what it's for. And then even talk about NAMI resources. It has always been that way. You know, talking about the walk is not just about raising funds, but also giving you an opportunity to connect with coworkers, friends, neighbors, all around mental health, and to start that conversation. Because as we know, sometimes it can be difficult. And so again, I encourage you. I'm happy to see that everyone's on the call today. I'm ready to kick off walk season. Um, the walk is very important to me and my family. And so I look forward to, again, this year celebrating being engaged in the walk. And I'm excited to, again, launch this campaign with everyone here today.
Thank you so much, Stacy, for that wonderful, compelling story. Now I would like to hand it off to our very own NAMI Walks Your Way Maryland walk manager, Danielle Fletcher.
Thank you, Latanya. It is wonderful to see so many people engaged in NAMI Walks today. Thank you all for joining us on a very gloomy, rainy day. As we've said earlier, mental health really is at the forefront of everybody's minds. And your interest and participation in NAMI Walks proves that you are taking part to lead the charge to eliminate stigma and educate our community. As an individual with post-traumatic stress disorder, I know firsthand the kind of impact that NAMI has on individuals and families coping with mental illness. When I was 17, I had no idea that my intense feelings and fears and breakdowns were caused by a mental illness. Eventually, I did what anybody does when they are not feeling well, and I typed in all my symptoms into Google and searched. Um, the first search result was an article, a topic on anxiety disorders by the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI. Everything I read filled me with an immense amount of relief. I could finally put my finger on what was off, that I wasn't alone in feeling this way. NAMI was what started my journey of understanding, acceptance, and recovery. Now I'm 27, almost 28, and I use my time and my skills to give back by working at NAMI Maryland to make sure people like me who felt lost, useless, and alone know that there is hope. That's why NAMI Walks is so critical. NAMIWalks' public, open discussion of mental health conditions breaks down stigma and truly changes lives. So before I get into the weeds about how you can get involved, how do you think you can get involved? Feel free to share in the chat or in the questions box now. And I will take a quick look at that. I saw someone say posting on social media. That is really good. That's a great option. Creating a team. Yep, that's right, Erica. That is a good option. Spreading the word through email signatures. That's awesome. Very, very true. Yeah, so there's a lot of really good discussion in the questions box. So like I said, there's tons of different ways that you can get involved through NAMI Walks. As a sponsor, a team captain, a team member, an individual walker, posting on social media, sharing your story. But what's the very first step? The absolute very first, most important step is to register. You can register for NAMI Walks Your Way Maryland for free right now at namiwalks.org/Maryland and click register now to get started. Build a team by organizing 2 to 200 of your closest friends to participate and fundraise for this months-long campaign. Plus, don't forget to self-donate when you register. It lets other people know that you're investing in supporting a cause you are asking them to support. To register, you can be a team captain for your own team, join as a team member on somebody else's team, or walk as an individual participant. Once you've completed your registration, you'll be taken to your participant dashboard. Once here, you can update your fundraising page with a photo and personal story, email your friends and family asking for donations, make a self-donation, check your fundraising progress, send thank you emails to your donors. Or you can also easily start a Facebook fundraiser from this page that will be directly linked to your Facebook account. We also provide other fundraising tools and resources that can be found on our website. We have fundraising infographics, 50 ways to get involved, an official participant guidebook, social media guidelines, everything full of resources. You can also download all of these and other NAMIWalks resources right on our NAMIWalks Your Way Maryland website under NAMIWalks Resources. So how do we fundraise? It really all comes down to one word. Do you know what it is? Ask. How in the world can people donate to you if they don't know you're fundraising in the first place? Once you've registered and have sent your first ask, there are a couple of other ways you can fundraise virtually. Let me walk you through some of the steps. Obviously, if you haven't registered yet, register. Self-donate to kickstart your fundraising. People who self-donate actually end up raising 4 times more than people who don't. So even if you can just donate $5 or $3, showing others that you are investing in something that you're asking them to support you in is super critical. Obviously, also invite others to join your team. You can have between 2 and 200 people on your team. So send out those emails. And of course, customize your page and share your story. NAMIWalks is all about sharing your personal story and spreading awareness. Plus, if you customize your page, people who do that raise 10 times more than people who don't. And of course, find your best tool, whether that's emails, letters, texts, tweets, LinkedIn messages, whatever works for you in order to get the word out about your involvement. And of course, get connected. Share on social media and tag us at #NotAlone and #CreativityConnects. And then of course, decide, how do you want to participate on Walk Day? There's tons of different ways to get involved with a virtual walk. The choice is yours. Speaking of fundraising, I am super excited to let you know we are participating once more in the National Fundraising Recognition Program. These are amazing gifts you can earn just by raising money for NAMIWalks and spreading awareness about mental illness. So let's take a closer look at some of the great prizes we have available this year. Obviously, if you raise $100, you'll receive your NAMIWalks t-shirt this year, which is a beautiful navy blue. Raise $250 and you can choose between a drawstring backpack or a campfire mug. Raise $500 or more and you can choose between a crew neck sweatshirt or a blanket. I'm a huge fan of blankets. I'm definitely getting this. This blanket looks super, super soft. Raise $1,000 or more and you can choose between a convertible cooler or a hoodie. Raise $1,500 or more and you can choose between a full zip fleece or a power bank sanitizer for your phone. Raise $2,500 and you can choose between a foldable drone with a Wi-Fi camera or a NAMIWalks vest. And then I am super stoked to let you know there are 2 brand new tiers this year for the recognition program. If you raise $3,500, you can choose between an Eddie Bauer jacket or a Samsonite duffel. And last but not least, if you raise $5,000 or more, you can choose between a North Face jacket, a zero gravity chair, or Bose Bluetooth speakers. And there's even more gifts. If you register as a team captain today before Saturday, March 12th, you'll be automatically sent a branded NAMIWalks light up keychain just for signing up as a team captain. So what are your next steps? Obviously, first step is to register. Next is ask everyone you know to join or support your efforts. We have all sorts of materials, templates, and tools for you to use at NAMIWalks.org under NAMIWalks resources. Use NAMI's free templates and tools to reach out to your contacts. And then, of course, The most important thing is to ask, 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 ask. Be an ambassador for NAMIWalks Your Way. So now that I've gone through all of that, I have one last question for you. How do you plan to participate this year? Feel free to use the chat box function or write your responses in the questions box. I saw someone say creating a team. That's really great. Walk with a team, team captain. I registered my team this morning. Thank you, Sarah. That is awesome. Registered as a team captain. Thank you, James. Yeah, so it is going to be a really exciting campaign this year. Started by calling my family. That's awesome, Denise. I plan to create a team and walk. Let's go. Michonne says she's been a team captain since 2010. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead, Latanya.
Yes, I'm just getting so excited behind the scenes here. And you know, that lighted up keychain just made me light up. And for all of you who are signing up as you're on the call now and you've already announced in the chat, we want you to know that that's the first step to being a light, shedding a light on mental health. And we're so excited you're a part of our team this year. In fact, we're so glad that you've joined us for our official NAMIWalks launch, that we are finally at the point that I'm sure many of you came for. And this is the raffle drawing. One lucky person will receive a free dinner for two at any Chewy's restaurant. Everybody who registered for this launch today, either through GoToWebinar or Facebook, has been assigned a random number, and we will use a random number generator to determine which of you is our lucky winner. Are we ready, Danielle?
I'm so ready.
Okay, and the winner is, drum roll or raindrops, is Christine Street. Congratulations. Do we put the name in the chat? How do we celebrate Christine? Street.
Hey, Christine. Nice to see you in the chat. Congratulations. We'll be mailing that to you later today.
Yeah. And there is more of that coming, everyone, by the way. So your participation on a monthly basis, you'll definitely have opportunities. In fact, those incentives are a fun way to get your own teammates involved.
For sure.
Yeah.
And before we close today, I know we're coming up on time, but I would like to acknowledge our local sponsors: Neurocrine Biosciences, Transamerica, the Maryland Hospital Association, Grace Technologies, CFG Bank, the Center for Child and Family Traumatic Stress at the Kennedy Krieger Institute, the Psychiatric Institute of Washington, and Doctors Brad Sachs and Karen Meckler. These sponsors lay the foundation for our walk campaign success each year, and a virtual year or a hybrid year is no different. We absolutely could not put on a successful awareness campaign without our sponsors, and we are incredibly grateful for their ongoing support. If you have an organization, or if you know of an organization that is interested in sponsoring this year's campaign, please let me know. You can contact me at connection@namimd.org for any additional information.
Thank you, Danielle, and thank you to our wonderful sponsors. And we're looking forward to adding to that list. Thank you so much for joining us today to learn more about how to participate in this year's NAMIWalks Your Way Maryland. And to launch our campaign, we're celebrating 20 years of mental health awareness. Please register for this year's walk and start building your team today. Watch for our featured artists and the many activities that NAMI Maryland and its affiliates have planned all the way through July. So you can be a part of this year's NAMIWalks Maryland.
All right. I know we only have about a minute, but does anyone have any questions? Just seeing a lot of thank yous. Hold on.
We love gratitudes.
Stuart, that's a good question. If you get to the 5K number, is that individual or for the entire team? These prizes are for individual fundraisers. So if you raise 5,000 as an individual person, that's where you get to choose that incentive gift. And yes, congratulations to Christine. All right, I think that's the only question I saw. Can we purchase t-shirts? Unfortunately, Erica, they are currently only for people who raise $100. Let me scroll up. Oh, Dion asks, what's the best way to inform donors how to do company matches? Most companies will do a match doubling the donation. When somebody, when you get a donation, it'll actually notify you in one of the donation notifications that we do offer matching gifts. We also have some specific language, so if you'd like me to send that to you, I can absolutely do so. I will donate. Oh, Kate asks, I will donate my back my 5K prize so it can be raffled off. Yes, that is fine. Jackie asks, how do I remove donations? Jackie, if you go to your participant dashboard, there should be a little thing that says donations at the top. If you click on that, you can go through and see all of the different donations that you have available and delete any ones that you don't want anymore. All righty, I think that's it. We are a minute over time.
If you're
But
watching the replay and you have questions, we want to remind you, you can definitely reach out. We have plenty of team members and people who have participated before that would be more than happy to support you and walk you through getting that wonderful team page going. So please do not hesitate to contact us if you're watching the replay. And if you're on here and didn't get your question in time, please, we want your questions to get you started as soon as possible. Thank
yep.
you.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. And if you're watching the replay, have a great evening.
Yay.